Alright. Good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing? It's been another week, another dollar. You know what it is. Gotta stay on the grind, gotta keep moving forward. And if you need a new hot song, this is How We Walk on the Moon by Jose Gonzalez. It's a song of the day for me, you know. It's also on the top right of the screen. Check it out, definitely a good song. And yeah, without further ado, let's get this checking going, you know. Bzzzt. Alright, I'm gonna put the song up also. Alright. So, where have we left off? I think I forgot to fill in something last week, so we gotta check that out. But it's not showing this one. Alright. Let's see how we're doing. Pulling me up. Let's see. Did we forget to fill up anything? Okay, I thought that we forgot something. Alright, let's copy this one. Soup, like this. Week 30. Alright, health. What did we smoke this week? We probably smoked around 3.2 grams if I'm looking at my board. So ooh. You guys saw that? Probably not. The lava lump explode. How are we gonna do this? Maybe, just maybe, we can make this a bit more clear. Let's do it like this. Smoking, and then out of 2 grams. And then we can type here. Oh wait, let's wait. Sporting. And the same thing. Productive days. Let's do it like this. Out of 5 days. And then meditating. We'll do out of 3 times. Okay. Do we need to do this for someplace else? Maybe this one. Upload shorts, and then we'll do 2 shorts. This will do 1 out of 1 and 1 out of 1. Okay, that's good. Thought I had another weekly goal. Thought my weekly goal was gonna be to be sober for 1 day, but okay, maybe I saved myself last week, knowing myself up front that I wouldn't make it this week, so that's pretty solid actually. It makes me feel a little bit better, even though it's coping, but that's just how it is, you know. Okay, so let's do this then. Copy, chup. It's 30. So smoking was 3.2 out of 2 grams. So That's leaning more towards the red side, like dark orange, light red, I would say. Sporting was 3.5, so that's pretty solid. So that's a good green. Productive days. We did 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, so that's also, yeah, that's orangey. That's gewoon de goede middenmaat orange, you know. 3 out of 5. I guess that's acceptable. And meditating only 2 times. So this week we kind of slacked a bit. We did get the sporting up today, and yeah, I think we got all the productive days that we actually wanted to get, even though I want to get 5 out of 5, but if you have nothing to do in the morning, I guess you all know it's a bit harder to get up, you know. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. And yeah. Smoking is definitely on my radar still, but yeah, it's not the main priority right now. Main priority is being happy. XD, haha, ik ben grappig. That's just, I guess, everybody's measurement. But it doesn't change the fact that you should strive to be better each day, I guess. So I shouldn't meme about that. Alright, Sensor VR was a pretty solid week actually. I'm gonna have a quick peek at my board for you guys, so you see what the new bench is going on like. So we're trying Sober Mondays. Obviously this Monday we failed already. And we're gonna try to have some consistent work on the arc. I think every like 4 out of the 7 days I want to try to work some bit towards it at least, so that I have each week some progress, and then I'll have 3 days in between where I can do anything I want. So it's a bit like that. I'm not sure how good it's gonna work. It's just for myself to keep more in check with my actual goals, you know, because the arc is one of them, or the arcs are supposed to be my real goals, and that I don't get distracted by editing too much or whatever. So editing is, to be honest, a bit in the backseat lately. That's okay for me. I'm not worrying too much about it. It was nice to try out, but now we need to get a product, you know. We need to get some reason for you guys to subscribe, and that's only on me, you know. That's just getting better content out there. That's the harsh reality of being a content genius creator, you know. Gotta stay on point. Can't slack for 1 week or people are gonna get off. That's life. So with all seriousness, I did have a good week for Sensor VR. I did a lot of email traffic and stuff, trying to get things done. So we're just waiting for approval now on our contracts. I think I can probably check it here, but yeah, I leaked my mail addresses again. Whatever. What I was gonna say, yeah, the contract agreement is still at their side, I guess. So we have to wait for that until we can really start putting out the content. So hopefully, what's going on here? I'm like an egghead. Okay. So in all fairness, we did have a good week for Sensor. We did all we could. Even did some branding in there. So probably have to write this down, you know. Had a very productive week for Sensor VR. A lot of communication and administration tasks, and even started doing some branding just to get an idea for what we are looking for. Next steps are waiting for the content agreement to be completed and do some more branding, you know. Let me show you real quick what I mean by a little bit of branding. It's not much, just to get some ideas rolling. Some Canva templates that I used to see. I don't know. I like this one a lot. It's pretty clean. And yeah, it's like a reference to outside the box, I guess. But maybe it's too much for old people, you know. Maybe something like a sun rising and just some glasses or something is enough. I don't know. Even the catchphrase is still something that I just thought of. It's nothing that we're gonna stick to or anything. So just getting an idea of what we want to see and where we want to go with our branding. I think that's very nice. So I'll definitely give me some green for that. Give me some green sugar. That's not a bad term for weed, actually. Green sugar. This is also green. I'm seeing a pattern here. Maybe I'll like green. Maybe that's just the easy answer. Alright, let's move on to Before Tomorrow Begins. This week we did 1 out of 5 check-ins, like we're doing right now. So I don't know how I can miss that one ever. Upload shorts. We did 0 shorts this week. As all you guys probably noticed, you know, no shorts were coming in this week. Like I told you, I'm taking a bit of a backseat here with editing and uploading. Think I should focus a bit more on my product and where I want to go with the channel than actually increasing the visibility of the channel. So that's just how it is. Maybe next week I'm gonna be uploading shorts again. You never know with me, you know. That's why you stick to it. That's why I subscribe. Unpredictability, and that's the beauty of life. Even though I'm planning all this shenanigans, I'm still surprising myself each week. That's actually kinda put it nicely. We also streamed Junk of Friday, so that was definitely a good one. We went to the studio, we got some jingles, the jingle. I'll play it real quick. Oh, that was a bit loud, I'm sorry. Let me download this maybe first. Save as. Sounds. Jingle intro with the boys. Why file name unknown? File type unknown. Let's see. Yeah. Cover your ears for a second. Can we open this with this one? Okay, we got this. Okay. Now the music is better, I think. Chunko Friday, hey. Alright, one more for the boys. We did a good job. Chunko Friday. Chunko Friday. Chunko Friday. Chunko Friday. Hey. And then we're gonna get the intro, you know. Then we're starting off the day. Just some good vibes to start the day, you know. So definitely. Let me see. We didn't do gaming actually, but we did do some productivity. So overall, I think light green, even though I'm a little bit coping with the shorts, that's fine, you know. I don't have to It's like a feeling, you know, and I felt that last week was very good for the B2B, so not gonna be too critical. Let's see. Networking. We'll do that in a bit, I guess. I'm honestly gonna say F it to this guy. Like, I don't know. Seems very dead and non-interesting things happening on there. Maybe that's a me problem, that I'm just not interested in meeting people face to face yet. I don't know. Could be. Who knows? Only time will tell, you know, if I ever get to it, to go outside and meet actual people on the street. We'll have to see about that. Okay, so networking. Expand the community, engage with people live on the street. Actually, we went to a Meubelzaak, so we did engage with some people live on the street, on stream. And we promoted it. It was pretty expensive meubles, but were very nice. Was Nome van Trier Straten. Nome Furniture, only vintage design. Oh, that's some nice meubles. Pretty expensive though, so Zoe, don't you even think about them. But all the other people, be free to browse, you know. It was a pretty nice experience. Yeah. I think the pieces, yeah. Well, there are some good designs in there. Anyways, enough plugging other people. I have to plug myself. Be sure to subscribe. So I'm gonna be networking a bit, so I'll give myself a green for that one. Miscellaneous. Spending, trading, investing. Yeah, it's still pretty solid. I'm actually back on the bot grind, so maybe soon I'll be breaching my trading restrictions, but for now it's still going good. I think I'm only doing like 50 euros in crypto per month, so that's pretty solid. Investing, I don't even think about that. I'm just doing the pensioensparen for now. And call or hang out with a friend, family. Definitely did that too, so that's a chain. And read or listen book. I don't think I actually listened to my book last week. I did think about thinking and doing it, but I didn't actually did it. So, is it cope to give green? But I was doing it last week's too. I guess the restrictions are the most important one. So yeah, in that sense, I can definitely give myself green. Weekly side quest outside streaming with new audio setup. Let's try engaging with new people. How hard do I have to cope here? Let me check. Actually, I should have like a cope measure. Cope measuring. Zou er al iets zoiets bestaan? 6 scales to measure coping, plus the brief cope inventory. Wow, epic. Oh, they're talking about coping as a good thing here. Ability to self-regulate in response to different experience stressors. Good place to start by understanding what we mean by coping. According to Gurvich, coping is making use of mechanisms intended to reduce physiological stress. These mechanisms could be good or bad, some effective and some less. So, as an example, consider emotional eating or smoking versus seeking emotional support from friends or building resilience. Oof. It's coming on hot in here, you know? It's calling me out like that, damn. Individual behaviors relating to coping can be challenging to measure as we respond differently to the same type of stressor. Whoa, it's actually... Wait. active coping, planning, suppression of competing activities, restraint. Only Ron is interesting. Whoa, okay. Didn't expect it to find something. And what's this one? Cope inventory background. Is a multi-dimensional coping inventory to assess the different ways in which people respond to stress. 5 scales of 4 distinct. It would actually be interesting, like a coping questionnaire. Did this one have it? It actually talks about the cope inventory. COPE stands for coping orientation to problems experienced. Damn. Would have thought it was actually an anagram. How do you say it? Anagram. 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 No. How do you say it? Whatever. Okay. Interesting. Problem-focused coping and emotion-focused coping. 5 scales aim to measure each of these. Oh, I actually would want to take this one. Spiritual assessment inventory. Bro, what? BEM sex role. Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't say that on stream. BEM S role inventory. What the hell are all these things? Religious cope. Adolescent coping orientation for problem experience. A-cope. Okay. A measure of coping. Then respond. Wacht, hè. We are interested in how people respond when they confront difficult or stressful events in their lives. There are a lot of ways to try to deal with stress. This questionnaire asks you to indicate what you generally do and feel when you experience stressful events. Obviously, different events bring out somewhat different responses, but think about what you usually do when you're under a lot of stress. Now respond to each of the following items by blackening one number on your answer sheet for each using. Please try to respond to each item separately in your mind from each other time. Choose your answers thoughtfully and make your answers as true for you. So choose most accurate for you, not what you think most people will do or indicate. Okay. Honestly, let's do it afterwards. I'm kind of interested to see how good of a coper I am. It's a good thing, you know, in their books. Alright, so we did an outside stream, so I'm counting that as a W, you know? We're taking all the W's we can today. We did studio sesh with Davido and Matsu on Junko Friday and made an epic intro song. Intro track. Also had a very cute weekend with Zoe again. What did we actually do? We went to the Musa, McDonald's. What else did we do? To my parents. Friday night to just chilled, right? Did all the good stuff together. maybe next weekend more room for doing nothing. Maybe. The week was also pretty good. Started working on the CryptoBot again and did some good work for Sincere VR. Overall, A minus. A minus, yes. I think that's solid. A minus or B plus. I don't know, for a good, like, it's not related to this, it's just how I felt this week, and I guess A minus. No, it was a pretty good week. So, yeah, except for the smoking part and all these things, whatever it's in there, I think it was a pretty good week. We did most what we could and enjoyed a lot of time, so pretty solid. Okay, I think that's it for the check-in. Don't know if you guys are interested in the cope questionnaire. Let me know. In the meanwhile, I'll give a little bit of background on what I'm trying to program in the bot. This is not gonna say anything to anybody, so maybe I just need to make a paint. It could be way easier. So I'm not gonna go into detail what I did for the last iteration of the bot. I'm just gonna show you what I'm now trying to do. So let's see. Okay. So first, we want to get data from crypto coins. So crypto, and this comes in the form of candles. So candles, as most people don't know, look like this. Some look like that. Some look like this. Others look like this. Oh. Others look like this, and then something like this maybe. Just to illustrate that there are a lot of different shapes and components of a candle. So you have the top and the bottom wick, wedge they say, I think. This is basically where the price moves during the candle. So the candle can be different time frames. It can be, for example, let's say 1 hour. So a whole hour of data is condensed into one candle. This is then the high of the day, of that hour, sorry. This is the low of that hour. This is the opening, and this is a close. So the candle gives you 4 things. You know what the opening price was. You know where the closing price was. Because it's green, it has to be above the opening. We'll get to that later. The low, you see this thing on the bottom. So there is a little bit, went down a little bit. But for example here, in this one, it went down a whole lot during that 1 hour. And then it also climbed a whole lot during that hour. So each candle represents like a kind of battle report of what happened during that hour. And that's just how you should interpret them. Let's see. So for the red candles, this would be open, the top of the box, they say. And then this would be close. And you don't see any stock here van onder, so that means the close and the low are actually the same value. So that's all different parameters data that you can gather from exchanges. And basically they just give you an idea of what happened with the price during that time frame. So let's say For the example, we're using 1 hour candles. So each candle is 1 hour. Next, after that, you will have to get any interesting factors. So they're called futures. Futures, and to get these futures, you have to pre-process your data. So this basically means you have raw data, opening, high, low, close of these candles, but they don't mean anything. You can't really say, oh, the close price is each hour higher, so there is an uptrend. That's not really something you can say. You have to see those numbers more like a coin flip. Each hour is a new coin flip, and it can go lower or higher, and these are not gonna tell you which one it's gonna land on, you know. So you have to pre-process your data to find some futures, and that basically means, for example, let's say you're taking the average. You can have like a future average. Oh. Let's do it like this. Average. And then you can say average, in our example, for example, 4 candles. So it will take the average of the last 4 candles. And if you look at this, we see close, 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 close. So if we take the average for this closing price, it would be around here or something. So this value is what you would try to calculate and get a lot of them, which is called pre-processing basically. And then you do the futures. So these are all futures, but it doesn't mean that they're all relevant. So what you usually do is get a subset of these futures, and basically yeah, it's maybe a bit too complicated, this part, but basically you get some kind of estimator that can relate how well, for example, if the average of your 4 candles is going up in an equal or respectively equal amount as the price from the closing, then there are high probabilities that that is a good future. So these will stay. But for example, if you want to see the price go up in the 4 candles and your future is going down, then there is a low probability that that future is related to price increase. So that's basically what you do. You look for futures that increase or have a positive correlation with the price going up. That's what I did. You can have different parameters. You can say equally correlates with the average going up. You can take actually whatever value that you think interesting with volume going up. I just think price increase is probably the best one to get starting on actually. We have the David Idrisov, the full potential inspection. I'm actually explaining the CryptoBot, so maybe that's my full potential, just telling what I know. Okay, so we have these futures that we're thinking that are interesting. Then we'll have to do the third step where I'm at now, and that's model training. So basically what that does is we have these positive correlations between our futures and the price going up. But as most people know, this is the lava lamp, yeah buddy. As most people know, correlation doesn't mean causation. And what that means is that things can be positively correlated, like in a summer more ice is being eaten, but that's not a direct causation of each other. It's not because of it's summer that more ice is being eaten. It's because both factors are related to another future, which would be high temperature. In the summer there is a higher chance for a higher temperature, so there's also a higher chance that more ice is going to be eaten. So that's what the difference between correlation and causation is. So doesn't mean that if both factors go up at the same time that they're actually the cause of one another. So that's what model training is going to do. You're going to put in all futures, so you have like let's say I kept my models at 5 futures, so I have 5 factors, futures that I determined before that are actually significant and appear to be contributing to the average price increase or related to. And then you're going to train a model, and this can be in different ways. So you have a whole bunch of different model trainings, basically machine learning algorithms that where you feed in data. It's going to see if there's any underlying correlation or interaction between the data and the price going up. And then it's going to give you a few numbers. So out of this model training, we're going to get the MSA, the R2, and the covariance variant MSA. Don't ask me yet what they all do, but basically what you want to have is a low MSA, meaning that there is very little difference between predicted and actual values. You want to have a high R2, which means that your model is doing better than the initial futures. So for example, you can have a baseline model for linear futures that just correlates a linear interaction, and then you can see, okay, if we change the interaction and use another model, is there more correlation or more predictability, I would say, than the linear model. So that's basically what you do with R2. And covariant MSA is basically how well, because MSA is used with the train data and a test set, and this measurement is what is going to be used when it's on a different test set. So you can use different data frames to see what interaction is with. I'm not too sure about this CVMSA. I don't use it that much for now. I'm more focusing on these two. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. After I modeled, then I'm gonna be determining some strategies. So what do I mean by that? You can have all these futures, X, Y, Z, W, whatever you want to call them, but they don't, they're not values yet. They're just a type of data that you're correlating, or you're not correlating, that is increasing the performance of your model. And with strategies, you're actually gonna give them a value. You're gonna say, okay, let's take this average of 4 candles. You're gonna say average of 4 candles 4 is gelijk aan, I don't know, let's say that this is 25. It's gelijk aan 25. And everything that's higher than that is gonna be a buy or a signal for, okay, you've hit this threshold. So what I do usually is just set, for example, like this. If the average of 4 candles is higher than 25, then that's a true statement. And then that's if all these parameters have on the same candle a true statement, then it will make a buy. So you're gonna determine some strategies, then you're gonna start paper trading. So this is basically looking how your strategies performed over the last year or 2 years, whatever you want to choose. So it's actually going back in time and seeing, okay, if I use these strategies and I actually put money in on that time, how would my strategies have worked? Would it make money? Would I have lost money? This can give a good indication of the quality of your model in a more accurate or a more reflective way than MSA and R2 can do. So definitely a step you don't want to skip. And then the last step is gonna be live trading, which is a whole other thing on its own. Live trading. And yeah, the difficulty here is that it's all nice and easy if the data is already passed and you don't have to make a quick decision on it. But if you have to make quick responsive decisions on data that's coming in, then your system has to be very robust and doesn't, it can catch a lot of errors. So live trading is a difficulty on its own, but that's basically all it is to it, it's just paper trading, but then doing it in live, which has another set of problems, with the data and stuff. So basically that's the 6-step plan of what I'm trying to do. I'm now at step 3 again, training some models. I'm gonna be more closely inspecting the MSA and R2 and see if they are somewhere more in expectations of what a good model would be. Like if I look back at the models I used before, they were usually not very high in these factors or low in the MSA factor. So, well, the MSA usually was good, but I think the R2 actually never exceeded 0.1, and I think like the lower limit for a good model is like 0.25. So that means I had still a lot of room left to get better models. But that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna get better models, and then we can start going to the next steps again, Alright, that's a very unnecessary, unasked for explanation, but that's just what it's gonna be like, I don't wanna hold back. Okay, so so I think I answered them. Then I with no reversals of coding scales, some item listed. I think I just count up my own values, I guess, and then are there any thresholds or something? There's no such thing as an overall score on this measure, and I recommend no particular way of generating a dominant copying style for a given person. Please do not try to make to me asking for instructions for adaptive and maladaptive composites, because I generally look at each scale separately to see what its relation is to other variables, and alternative is to create second order factors. But okay, let's just see what this is about, let's copy this. Zoop. Let's see how hard I'm cop it docs documenton whatever, why not here? Okay, let's see the coping levels. Coping questionnaire, and this is from Cope Inventory. And for those who don't know, what was that acronym? That was it, acronym. No. What was the acronym again? So it's problem focused and emotion focused. Researching into coping styles has received a fair amount of critics. The main criticism that in focusing only on coping styles, the variability and complexity of coping efforts overall are not captured effectively, and stifles predictive validity within the research. Okay. From 1984. The researchers argue that a better evaluation and validity can be developed by focusing on coping strategies within specific contexts rather than how someone copes with stress generally. Okay, fair. But where was my acronym? Coping orientation to problems experienced. That was it. I like that. Let's do this. Alright. So 1, I usually don't do this at all, and 4, I usually do this a lot. Okay, let's take I probably can't. Maybe I should have done this in Excel, whatever. Okay, let's see. I try to grow as a person as a result of the experience. I try to grow as a person as a result of the experience. I think that's a 4 for me. I'm very individually experientially driven, so those people might call it stubborn, but I call it, relying on my own experience. That's just, so I think I do this very good, or very hard. I'm not sure if it's good or not. Questionnaire. Alright. I turn to work or other substitute activities to take my mind off things. I think it's referencing to like escaping your thoughts by working and productivity, I guess. I don't think I do that at all, to be honest. Like, I'm very working on what I like to work on, and if I don't like to work on something, I put a little effort into it, so I don't think I don't think I'm doing that anything's close. I get upset and let my emotions out. I usually don't do this at all. I usually do this a little bit. I get upset and let my I think that's a 2. I think I'm definitely good in keeping my emotions, but yeah, sometimes it just slips, if I really get to me. But I guess that's very normal. So I think I'm like averaging this one. I'm not sure if 2 or 3 is average. I think 2 should be the average now. I shouldn't think about what other people think. Okay. I try to get advice from someone about what to do. I try to get advice from someone about what to do. This actually might be a 1. I don't know. I try to get advice from someone about what to do. I don't think I ever frame my questions that way, like asking someone what should they do in my position. I usually just play devil's advocate with whatever they are saying. I try to get advice from someone about what to do. Maybe a 2. I don't think that's and I think that's a fair assessment. I concentrate my efforts on doing something about it. I concentrate my efforts on doing something about it. Hmm. About what? Like, I think there are a lot of things I put in a lot of effort, but there are also some things I don't really put in that much effort. Concentrate is maybe not a good word. Maybe a 2, to be honest. I don't think I'm that focused or that, I don't know, like concentrating on one thing to get fixed in my life, even though I have this whole spreadsheet. It's more like a lifestyle that I like to portray to myself, I guess, more than concentrating on one thing and fixing that one thing. It's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, I don't know. I think a 2 is solid. I say to myself, this isn't real. That's probably a 1. I put my trust in on God. On God, I'm doing that. No, definitely not. Put my trust in God. I laugh about the situation. I think I'm a pretty good sport laugher. Like, or not sport laugher, but I like to make anything laughable if possible, I think. I admit to myself that I can't deal with it and quit trying. That's a tough one. I admit to myself that I can't deal with it and quit trying. I don't think I quit anything that I can't deal with. Am I coping with it? That's another question, but I'm not quit trying, actually. Like, coping is a form of, I don't know, maybe coping is also a form of quitting. That's a tough one. I can't deal with it. I don't think that's that's not even the issue. I don't think that's it. I'm not put on the lights. Put on the lights. I restrain myself from doing anything too quickly. I restrain myself from doing anything too quickly. Maybe a little bit. I don't think I'm a big restrainer. Like, I like efficiency and just trying it out, I guess. But yeah, maybe I do this more than I like to admit. I restrain myself from doing anything too quickly. Well, I think I'm very spontaneous, so that requires quickness, I guess. So maybe a little bit, yeah, but not too much, I guess. I discuss my feelings with someone. I discuss my feelings with someone. I would say a medium amount. I'm not like the biggest heart opener, I guess, but I think I do this when necessary. So I'll give myself a 3 for that one. I use alcohol or drugs to make myself feel better. That's an interesting one. Honestly, what is the reason, you know? Is it actually to make myself feel better? Just boredom? Capping myself? I don't know. There are a lot of different areas to it, I would say. I guess, yeah. I guess we have to. It does make me feel better. I'm happier, and yeah, that's just how it is, you know. But yeah, what falls under this? Is sweetening, sweets and stuff also under this? It's for yourself to decide, I guess. I get used to the idea that it happened. I get used to the idea. I get used. I get used to the idea that it happened. What happened? What happened? I get used to the idea that it happened. So something happens, something bad, I guess. I don't know. It's a tough one. Used to the idea. And that it happens or not happens. So it's not recurring. I guess a 2 in that sense. I don't know. I talked to someone to find out more about the situation. I talked to someone to find out more about the situation. Maybe a 3, yeah. I keep myself from getting distracted by other thoughts or activities. Doing other thoughts and activities is the definition of distraction, no? Or am I seeing this wrong? I keep myself from getting distracted by other thoughts or activities. I guess 3. Not sure. Feels like a bad question, but whatever. I daydream about things other than this. Bro, what's this and it and... Be more concrete, brothers. I daydream about things other than this. I actually never daydream, I guess. Maybe I zone out, but it's not like a dream and that I'm looking at things and visioning the future. I get upset and am really aware of it. I guess I have a good understanding of when I'm upset. I think. Does that mean aware in the moment? I don't know, it's too vague. I seek God's help. For sure. For sure. I make a plan of action. Interesting. I make a plan of action. Guess that's a 3. What was 2? A little bit. Maybe a 2 more. I make jokes about it. No, I rarely joke about any serious stuff. To me actually. Unless it's for myself, I guess. I make jokes about it. Okay, maybe a 2, I guess. I accept that this has happened and that it can be changed. I think a 4 actually here. Like usually when I realize that something really happened, then I'm not looking back at it of how should it be different next time. Like it happened and what can we do about it. So I think I'm pretty straightforward in that one. I hold off doing anything about it until the situation permits. That's a good question. So basically until the situation dies down. Let's say I do this a bit, yeah. A little bit. Not gonna say I tackle everything straight ahead. Some things I just let slide and then I'll come back to it on a better moment. I try to get emotional support from friends or relatives. Oof. Try to get emotional support. Maybe a little bit. Emotional support. It's a tough one. Thinking about one or two. I guess two. I just give up trying to reach my goal. Hell no. That's a one for you. I take additional action to try to get rid of the problem. I propose different solutions to the problem. So I guess that's different actions. So yeah, I would say maybe a 4 even. I take additional actions. Maybe I'm coping a bit there. Don't always do this. I try to lose myself for a while by drinking alcohol or taking drugs. It's not like I want to lose myself. It's more of a decoupling thing. Let's say a 1 actually. I have that. Not trying to get lost. Trying to find a road, you know. I refuse to believe that it has happened. Well, that's a 1 for you. I let my feelings out. That's a 2 for you. I try to see it in a different light to make it seem more positive. I try to see it in a different light to make it see. Yeah, I definitely do that a lot. To make it seem more positive. That's concerning. That's a hidden coping mechanism here. I talk to someone who could do something concrete about the problem. Yeah, I think I'll always address the persons involved, I guess. I would say a 3. Not always gonna do that. Like, I'm not a social justice warrior. But maybe once could have been. I'm dumbed down, you know. All the weed got to me. I'm a dumb person right now, so can't see all the problems anymore. Okay, I have to stop doing the sketches. I sleep more than usual. No. Hell no. I try to come up with a strategy about what to do. I think I do that a fair amount. I think I do that good. It's trying, you know. It's not that it's gonna work, but I'm trying. I focus on dealing with this problem and if necessary let other things slide a little. I think that's a 2, you know. I get sympathy and understanding for someone. Yeah, it's very biased, you know, because the people around me are obviously giving me more sympathy and understanding, but I would say in general it's a very low bar, I guess, or like a low number. I drink alcohol or take drugs in order to think about it less. Oh yeah, definitely. That's a 4 for you. That's a good old 4 here. I kid around about it. No, something serious. I'm taking that shit serious. Is there actually a scoring system or what is that? Mental disengagement. But I don't know, like some are good, I guess, that they're positive, and some are bad that they're positive. So how is it gonna be scored? Strange, strange questionnaire. Alright, let's move on. 37. I give up the attempt to get what I want. I give up the attempt to get what I want. So you're not even trying is what it means. No, I'm definitely not doing that. I look for something good in what is happening. I think I'll do that a medium amount. 3 was medium amount, yeah. I think about how I might best handle the problem. Yeah, I think a lot, so that's a 4. I pretend that it hasn't really happened. Oh, hell no. Ain't the Lulu over here. I make sure not to make matters worse by acting too soon. Oof, that's a tough one. By acting too soon. That's a 2, I guess. It's not that I do it that much acting, so can't act too soon if you're not acting a lot, you know? Or much too soon. I try hard to prevent other things from interfering with my efforts at dealing with this. I try hard to prevent other things from interfering with my efforts at dealing with this. No, that's definitely a 1. Like, I'm not that razor sharp focused, you know. I can be distracted by a lot of things. I go to movies or watch TV to think about it less. That's definitely a 1. That's just, I got ganja for that, so yeah. I accept the reality of the fact that it happened. Bro, these are the same questions. I accept the reality of the fact that it happened. That's a 4. I ask people who've had similar experiences what they did. Oh, I think I'm pretty solid with that one. I feel a lot of emotional distress, and I find myself expressing those feelings a lot. Oh, that's gonna be a 1. I'm as blunt as a blunt. I take direct action to get around the problem. I take direct action to get around the problem. Or is that a saying? I take direct action to get to the problem is a saying, I guess. So this is not dealing with the problem. So you're taking direct action to not deal with the problem. That's a good one. Do I do that? Take direct action to get around the problem. So I guess I do that, yeah. I take direct action to get around the problem. I'm not that actionful, but if I do it, I guess I get around the problem. So I'm just thinking about it. I'm seeing my whiteboard over here, and if something fails in my week, and I'm trying to get a new system on my whiteboard, so I guess that actually is what is standing there. It's not like you're fixing the problem, you're just trying to get around it. But yeah, it's kinda working, coping, whatever. I try to find comfort in my religion. No, my religion gives me more questions. I force myself to wait for the right time to do something. Yeah, that's I would say medium. Yeah. I make fun of the situation. No. I reduce the amount of effort I'm putting into solving the problem. I reduce the amount of effort I'm putting into... Wacht. I reduce the amount of effort. I reduce the amount of effort I'm putting into solving the problem. Huh? I reduce the amount of effort I'm putting into solving the problem. What does that mean? So you're doing less effort to solve the problem. Actually, yeah, it might be a 3 actually for me. Now that I think about it. Like I was... But then again, I'm just rethinking about is it a problem or not. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. Let's give it a 2. Like I was thinking about the ganja. I'm doing less effort right now to combat the ganja problem. I don't know why I did this, but it's a problem. But it's not that it's just that I see the problem in a different light now, in the areas that I think are necessary to tackle. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm pretty consistent also in a lot of areas, so I'll give myself a 2 for that. I talk to someone about how I feel. I talk to someone about how I feel. I think 3. Without Zoe, probably 2, but I can share a lot with her, so it's very nice. I use alcohol or drugs to help me get through it. Bro, what is this it and is this and that? I use alcohol or drugs to help me get through it. Through life? I guess. I learned to live with it. Oof. I guess 3. It's not like I do it for everything, but some things you can't change and you have to learn to live with it. So yeah. Guess I'll do it a medium amount. I put aside other activities in order to concentrate on this. I put aside other activities in order to concentrate on this. I do that a medium amount. If I'm in the flow of something, if I'm programming or whatever, then I'll definitely put other activities aside. I think hard about what steps to take. Ooh, that's a for sure. Too much thinking. I act as though it hasn't even happened. Hell no. Like I said, not delusional. I do what has to be done, one step at a time. I'm getting better at that one. It's not straightforward, but I think I'm doing that a good amount. Where was I? I learned something from the experience. Yeah, that's a 4 for you. I pray more than usual. That's a 1 for you. Okay, now we're going... I don't know if this is... If we should just get a more score or less score. I think less score, I guess. Positive reinterpretation and growth. So that's 1, 29, 38 and 59. 1, so that's a 4. 28 is a 2. 39 is a 4. Wait, 38. Wait. 1, 29, 38, 59. 1 is a 4, 28, 29 is a 4. Was it 29? Yeah. So it's 8. It's 3, that's 11. And 59. 59 is 4. So that's 15 out of 16. Is there any scorements, if it's good or bad to have a lot? Scope, inventory, scoring, and interpretation. Okay. That's this one, right? Need to first respond to each of the statements with a score from 1 to 4. Each statement in the inventory is then connected to a specific coping strategy that sits under either the problem-focused, emotion-focused, or coping response measures. Your scores will inform you which form of coping strategy you are more engaged in. For example, active coping in the inventory is measured with the following statement. If you were to give these statements higher scores, such as 3 or 4, you would score highly as using active coping as one of your coping strategies. If you scored low with a 1 or a 2, then active coping would not be one of your core coping strategies. Okay, so I'm coping with positive reinterpretation and growth. Okay, tough pill. 1, 29. I try to see it in a different light to make it seem more positive. 38. I look for something good in what's happening. 59. I learn something. So I'm coping with positive reinterpretation and growth. Okay. That's interesting. Alright, next one. So that's a cope. That's a cope. Actually, let's get this in here. Oop. Mental disengagement. 2, 16, 31, 43. 2 is a 1, 16 is a 1, 31, 43. That's a 1, 43. That's a 1. I sleep more than usual. I say no. And that's not coping. Mental disengagement. I think I need to score high on this one, no? 31, 43. 43, I go to the movies. 16, 2. I daydream. 2. I turn to work or other substitute. So I guess that's good. Wait, what one did I add? It also contains 3 scales aimed at measuring coping responses. Mental disengagement. Okay, so I guess I'm doing that good. So this is a 4 out of 16. That's good. Focus on and venting of emotions. 3, 17, 28, 46. 3 is a 2, 17 is a 4. That's bad that you're aware of being upset. Okay. So that's 6. 6, 28, 46. I let my feelings out as a 2. Hammer, how can this be bad? I think 4 is good, right? You let your feelings out. 46. So that's 8, 9. Feel a lot of emotional distress. So this is 9 out of 16. That might be a slight cope, I guess. Use of instrumental social support. 4, 14, 30, 45. 4 is a 2. I tried to get advice from someone about... How is that a bad thing? I don't get this questionnaire. Talk to someone to find more about the situation. 3, so that's 5. 30, 45. I talked to someone who could do something concrete about. So that's 8, 45. I've asked people who had similar experiences what they did. 45. That's 8, that's 11. 11 out of 16. So I guess some of them should be positive, no? Use of instrumental social support. So it's bad to be relying on social support? I don't get this one. Maybe the other ones are actually good. Seeking of emotional social support. What's this one? Use of instrumental socials. Bro, what? I don't get this. Okay, active coping. 5, 25, 47, 58. 5. It concentrates my effort on doing something about it. Is it 2? 5, 25, 47, 58. So that's a 2. I take additional action to get rid of the problem. That's a 3. That's a 5. And we have 47, 58. Take direct action to get around the problem. That's an 8 then. And 58. I do what has to be done one step at a time. That's coping or what? I do what has to be done one step at a time. I do what has to be done. Bro, if that's coping, I don't understand what is not coping. Okay, so that was 3. I guess that was 11, right? 11 out of 16, no? Weird. Denial, 6, 27, 40, 57. 6, I say to myself, this isn't real. Okay, that's a 1. Nice. Getting that dub on this one. 27, oh wait. Oh, that's coping here. 627. I refuse to believe that it has happened. That's a 1. 40, 57. 40, I pretend it hasn't really happened. That's a 1. 57, I act as though it hasn't even happened. That's a 1. Okay. We ain't living in denial at least. We got 1 in, boys. 1, One coping less. Religious oh, I'm gonna score. I'm gonna ace this one. Put my trust in God. Hell nah. 18. I see God's help. Hell no. 48. I try to find comfort in my religion. Hell no. 60. I pray more than usual. Hell no. Okay. I'm definitely not coping with religion. That's good. Humor. 8. I laugh about the situation. Yeah. Okay. It's a 3. 20. I make jokes about it. 2. Okay, that's 5. 36. I kid around about it. That's a 1. So that's 7. 50. I make fun of the situation. So that's 8. Okay. I think I have balance there. Like, what has to be serious is taken serious. Behavioral disengagement. 9, 24, 37, 51. 9. I admit to myself that I can't deal with it and quit trying. That's a 1. 24. I just give up trying to reach my goal. That's a 1. 37. I give up at attempt to get what I want. That's a 1. 51. Reduce the amount of effort I'm putting into solving the problem. So that's a 5. Okay, that's a pretty big dub. That's a W in the chat. Restraint. Oof, this is this is gonna. Oh no, we have substance use still. Okay, restraint is maybe good. Let's see. 10. I restrain myself from doing anything too quickly. That's a 2. Okay. 22. I hold off doing anything about it until the situation permits. That's a 2. That's 4. 41. I make sure not to make matters worse by acting too soon. That's a 2. 49. I force myself to wait for the right time to do something. That's a 3. So that's a 9. 9 out of 16. We have some slight coping there. But I guess, what the 49, what was it? I force myself to wait for the right time to do something. I guess there's never the right time kind of bullshit, you know, all these things. All these guys, all these gurus. Anyway, I'm just coping. Let the man cope. Use of emotional social support. 11. I discuss my feelings with someone. That's a bad thing. That's coping or what? I think I have something wrong with this scoring. 23. I try to get emotional support from friends or relatives. That's 5 in total. 34. I get sympathy and understanding from someone. That's a 2. That's 7. And 52. I talk to someone about how I feel. That's a 3. That was a 7, so that's a 10 out of 16. I do believe that some of them should be positive, no? Use of emotional social support. Use of instrumental social support. Like, how are those bad things? Like, I get these ones. This one, I guess, restraint, I also don't really understand. Substance use, let's get it. 12. I use alcohol or drugs to make myself feel better. That's a 4. 26. I try to lose myself for a while by drinking alcohol or... No, it's not losing myself, so that's a 5. 35. I drink alcohol or take drugs in order to think about it less. That's a 9. And 53. I use all color drags to help me get through it. 4. It's a 9, it's 13. Okay. It's actually not my worst. Interesting. Positive reinterpretation and growth. That's a cope. Maybe this is supposed to be positive. I don't know. Positive reinterpretation and growth. Yeah, it sounds positive to me, you know. That's cope, question mark. Okay, acceptance, 13. I get used to the idea that it happened. 2, that's good. 21. I accept that this has happened and it can be changed. That's 6. 44. I accept that the reality of the fact that it had happened. That's 10. 54. Like, this is supposed to be positive. I'm like 13 out of 16. I think we just have some positive and negative ones in between. So I guess let's do what my gut feeling says. Let's make this green. Mental disengagement. What was 2 again? Turn to work or other substitute activities to take my mind off things. 16. I daydream. 31. I sleep more than usual. I think that's bad. 43. I go to movies or watch to think about it less. Actually, maybe it's a good thing. I sleep more than usual. Nah. That's actually a positive thing, I think. Focus on and venting of emotions. 3, 17. I get upset and let my emotions out. Okay, so this one is definitely a bad one. So this one is a bad one. Use of instrumental for 14. I try to get advice from someone about what to do. 14. I talk to someone to find more about. Yeah, that's a good thing, right? I think it's like active coping. That's probably a negative one. 5, 25. I concentrate my efforts on doing something about it. 25. I take additional action to try. Yeah, that sounds like coping. Oh. Denial. That's probably also red. Religious coping. Humor. Behavioral disengagement. 924. No, that's definitely a bad one. Restraint, probably also a bad one. 1022. That's a bad one. Use of emotional social support. 1123. Discuss my feelings with someone. That's a good thing. Try to get emotional support. It's a good thing. 3452. Get sympathy and understanding from someone. It's a good thing. Talk to someone about how I feel. That's a good thing. Yes, this is all good things. Substance use, yeah, that's obvious. Acceptance, 1321. It's kind of both, I guess. Except to realize the fact that it had happened. 54, I learned to live with it. Okay, I guess that's a positive one. Suppression of competing activities. Wait, let's first do the scoring. 5, 33, 15, 33, 42, 55. 15. I keep myself from getting distracted by other. I keep myself from getting distracted by other thoughts or activities. Okay. That's 333. I focus on dealing with this problem and if necessary let other things slide a little bit. That's 2, that's 5. 42. I try hard to prevent other things from interfering with my efforts at dealing with this. That's 6. 55. I put aside other other activities in order to concentrate on this. Wait, what? 5, 6, and then 3, 9. It's 9 out of 16. But this is a good thing. Suppression of competing activities. I guess that's a bad thing. Planning, 1932. We're almost done. Make a plan of action 2. Okay, 32. I try to come up with a strategy about what to do. 4. It's 6, 39. I think about how I might best handle the problem. What was the previous two? 32, 19. 6, that's 10. 56, I think hard about what steps. So that's 14 out of 16. I guess planning is a good thing, so. Alright, that's the final score we have. I'm not sure if this is the correct scoring. So I think this is probably a bit lousy because I have this one. I don't vent enough, I guess. That's pretty okay. I'm actively coping. That's nice to know. Substance use is a big cope. Acceptance, that's nice. Suppression of competing activities. So I guess like andere dingen laat vallen voor mijn ding te doen. Planning, 14. Don't know how I got that good on planning, but whatever. We'll take it. We'll take the W's that we can. Okay, interesting. So I'm actively coping. 5, 25. Concentrate my efforts on doing something about it. 25. I take additional action to try. So I'm trying things is coping. Okay. 47. I take direct action to get around the problem. Yeah, that was a bait one. I knew that. 58. I do what has to be done one step at a time. That's coping also. Damn. That's brutal. Okay. I guess so. Like, I'm not a psychologist, so. What do I know, you know? Alright, let's get some Reddit in, and then we're gonna call it a day. Just gonna answer a bit of the guys. Wild suggestion. Didn't I send this guy something? Huh. I guess not. Accepted your chat invite, okay. One month ago, damn. Oh, and David checking in on his points, eh? You think you're not earning enough or what? No, you're climbing the ladder. Climbing that corporate bench ladder. So what do you think? Okay. Yeah. I guess, I guess I'm done. What do you do to keep lying? Kids, no animals. What made you quit? Why should philosophy be studied? What's male name? If you could change anything in your life right now, what would it be? Go back to pre-kids, then sleep endlessly. Oh, it's dark. I'd change my work-life balance with more spontaneous adventures and less stress. What's stopping you? Probably pills. Not a slave to time, independently wealthy. Get a job that pays well for less hours and make failures. My job and where I live. Divorce. Being an addict. Knowing exactly what I wanted to do at every moment. I'd have one less life debilitating, non-curable autoimmune that tries to kill me all. I don't know why, but a lot of these kind of comments are on Reddit. I'm not trying to say they're wrong, I'm just pointing out that a lot of them like to sit on Reddit. I don't know, maybe it's the only thing they can do. What do I know? My academics and my career choice. I get that. Get a BBL and lip filler. Is that what you heard once, or what you think society? Huh. Hey there. Canadian cannabis LPs. Data reveals surprising number of adverse cannabis reactions. Maybe it's not the cannabis, but the pesticides that are allowed to be in the cannabis. Okay. Seemed like you were homeschooled. Sorry. Space and bamboo. What kind of Reddits are there? Oh damn, it's getting too real, this guy. Body language, okay. Music suggestions. You suggest me songs at bass guitar. Does anyone still do the speed limit? Nobody uses their damn signal lights while switching lanes. 1 second before disaster. Grow up, loser. I asked a girl out. Nice work. I did once in college. She was across the room. Okay. Seems like a good guy, actually. IT crowds. It's always the ITers. Jesus, he's cooking some people. Discover what your passion is and turn it into a career. Single people over 30, and he's like, yeah, bro, you know what's the greatest? Having a girlfriend. Damn. It's karma a hoax because you have to be... Bro, this guy looks a bit like me, to be honest. How do you measure your self-worth? I measure how good I feel in my body and how I treat myself and other people. This is how I base my self-worth. Fuck society and ridiculous standards that corporations put on you. Are you happy? That's all that matters. Self. Okay. This guy is pretty active actually. Did I open this one? Data reveals surprising number of adverse cannabis restrictions in Green State. Okay. Blocked for legal. This content is not available in your region. Okay. Bro, what? Damn. To the moon. Hallucinations were most common in 2021, followed by nausea, headache, dizziness, and throat soreness. Headache was the most common adverse reaction in 2022, along with seizures, or alternatively, the product had no effect. Huh. Okay. Body language. Okay, let's join this one. Self. Yep. That's good. Okay. Psychology. What do you all do on your days off? Every Sunday, if I don't have plans with friends, I inevitably end up so bored. I have hobbies and shit I like to do myself, but sex faction lasts long. My favorite things are just going places and walking around. There's a book club in the city that I love going to, but it's only once a month. Also want to take up biking so I can see more outdoors without putting so much stress on my knees. So basically, you know what I should be doing to keep me, but I'm also interested to hear from anyone else. Thanks, y'all. Reset for the week, look at my finances, plan the upcoming week, watch one movie I've saved, take a walk outside. I wish I had Sunday off. You guys get days off. Start small, make yourself, take a small bike trip. Take my knees. With how expensive everything has been these days, I'd rather just stay at home and enjoy my rent. That's a pretty good one actually. Wait. Cycling, house chores, get drunk. Always hit my gym. All my days off are planned out way ahead of time by my wife. Yikes. A few years ago I used them for camping, concerts and just living life. Now I spend them staying up super late working on homework. And this is a young guy, I guess. Squish, 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 30. Try Church or the Meetup app. Damn. Whoa. Actually, it's the first time I see anybody referencing it. Sounds like you've got some great ideas. Biking is brilliant. Keeps you moving without a strain. Exploring new places and joining more clubs can be fun too. Maybe try a local workshop or community event. There's always something out there to spark your interest and keep boredom at bay. Enjoy. Cool, cool. Cool. Is this normal? Yeah, this looks normal, no? Or what is the other one? I don't see that one. That looks okay. It's been moved for a new environment. It's been through a hard repot. It's expected to be unhappy for like 2 months. Okay. And can still only have 2 active pitches before more die off. She's tugging it out though. Just have patience. Also, Nefertiti's here, and I don't like to grow in peat moss. They're like an airy mixture with fang and perlite, really. Also, don't like sitting in water. I was a mine when the top layer of moss looks like a little dry and feels like a moist sponge. Okay. Fair enough. I think I'm doing good then. I'm so bored. Okay, whatever guys, I think we're done for today. I don't know, don't feel like going too deep into Reddit after the whole study. But we found 2 new subreddits, so that's pretty nice. I can spam them too maybe one day. Anyways, I'm gonna be leaving, and I hope you guys have a splendid night. That's it. Bye bye.